When you do any bad habits, your dopamine receptors get fried to the point that it actually negatively impacts you even when you're not even doing that bad habit. So this is how it works, right? Every time you do a bad habit, it feels good, right? So when you play video games, it feels good. When you watch porn, it feels good. When you eat junk food, it feels good. And so you get this rise of like this nice feeling. But as soon as it's done, like as soon as you're done, and you're cleaning up after you've just fat, or you swallowed the bite of food that was bad for you, like the chocolate or something, you swallowed it. It's like all of that feeling good just stops and it actually goes down. And what's so interesting with all of these bad habits, that feeling of feeling good, it goes down below where it started at. So what this means is that every single time you do a bad habit, it actually, like, you get like a nice feeling for some time, pleasure. But after it's done, after you've after you've logged off the video game, your baseline for how good you feel goes down. And now, sure, you can go get another high, like another fix of your bad habit of your video games or something. And you'll go up in pleasure till you log off, and it'll go down, and it'll go below the baseline, and you'll get a new low baseline. And then you'll go play video games, but the game doesn't feel any fun as much anymore, and then it goes down. And then you play video games whilst also eating junk food, and that feels really nice. Okay, sweet, okay guys, I'm gonna go offline now, and it goes down and down and down and down. And before you know it, your fat doctor tells you that you're clinically depressed and you need some pills. Like, no. There are some adults out there who have the same childlike happiness. It's not about children, it's not about genetics or any of this bullshit. It's that they haven't fucked up their baseline through an excess of dopamine, through an excess of bad habits. So what this means for you is that we know the bad habits are bad for us. We know porn's bad for us. We know junk food's bad for us. And you might be coping right now. There's this one particular bad habit that you don't think is that bad. And it's not that much of a problem, the junk food, or maybe it's video games for you. Maybe it's a bit of fapping for you. Maybe it's weed or something. There's something, that's already in your mind right now, isn't there? Just be honest. Is there something in your mind right now, some activity that objectively is bad, but like you're actually trying hard to rationalize it and say like, oh yeah, no, I don't actually feel that way about that one. No, that activity, which is the one I'm most addicted to, that one's fine, I swear, guys. You're experiencing that in your own mind right now, aren't you? Didn't I tell you that your own brain is literally leading you astray? I'm genuinely telling you, you can't even trust your own brain. The reason why, unfortunately, is that these fucking companies that have made these bad habits, they've hijacked your brain and literally made you convince yourself to keep playing, because they've made them so addictive. This is why you can't even trust your own brain anymore. You don't even know what's right or wrong. But when we do the good habits, the hard things, what happens? Well, since they're hard and oftentimes quite painful, we feel bad in some ways whilst we do it, don't we? Like exercise for a lot of people feels quite painful, doesn't it? So you go from here, this baseline, and you actually go below it for a little while because it's painful and it's really uncomfortable. But then when you do these good habits like exercise and reading and meditation and working hard, taking a walk in nature, those things that are good for you, and sometimes it feels a bit boring, you don't really want to and stuff, it goes down, like it dips down like a little bit from baseline of boredom and discomfort, but then it rises, and it rises above the baseline, and then you have a new baseline. Okay, now you're up here. And then you do the same thing. Now you're going to go hit like a really hard workout, okay? It's really uncomfortable. Now you're here. And then you rise, you build the muscle, you feel good about yourself, and your baselines went higher and higher and higher and higher. When you do the bad habits, your baseline of how you feel goes down and down and down until eventually you literally just feel like shit 24/7, even if you're not even currently doing the bad habits. If you cut out all bad fun habits, you will literally have more fun than you did before. When you cut out all of the bad habits, you literally have more fun than you did when you were doing the fun stuff. But now you have it 24/7 because of the man that you've become, because of the accomplishments that you have and the life that you've built. Video games, porn, social media, just watching random pointless YouTube videos, junk food and drugs, weed, alcohol. To actually fixing your life is to genuinely cut out all bad habits. That last moment when you cut out like literally all of them, all of these bad, horrible things for you, that's when things just suddenly go like 0 to 1, and like the good habits and your life becomes fun again. When you have this one nagging thing that you don't want to get rid of, and you could probably think which one it is for you right now, when you keep that one thing in your life, it's not. You still live this like semi-depressed life, and that saps your spirits. It saps like your productivity and your focus, and you'll not achieve the goals that you wanted. When you get rid of these distractions, these awful things for you, suddenly you will literally enjoy working. And then it's like working and being productive to your goals becomes your video game that you can't stop doing. And you become that guy that people think like is crazy because you're doing 2 workouts a day, because you're working on your business 10 hours a day. And I promise you that you'll only get there with this major extreme level of success if you cut out all of these. This is non-negotiable. Maybe you've tried, yeah, I've quit playing video games now. But then you have nothing else to fill your time with. And so you get really, really bored. And then you end up going back. We're going to change this with our basic attack, which is kind of like a filler activity. For most of our lives, our basic attack has been pointlessly surfing on the internet, watching bullshit on YouTube, TikTok, checking notifications on Snapchat and stuff, playing video games, hopping on Discord and then checking notifications, then checking Discord again, then hopping on a call with Discord, and one of your friends is just eating, he'll be there in 10 minutes, let's all go play a few games, League or some shit, right? Our basic attack has always been bad habits. And so when we change, or when we remove bad habits as our basic attack, but we don't replace it with anything else, suddenly you're left like just with nothing to do, and then you go back to the old basic attack of bad habits, right? So what we need to do, we need to change our basic attack, the thing that we just naturally do throughout the day when we've got nothing to do, which previously used to be video games and social media and shit. We need to change that to something productive, and there's 2 activities that you can use here. And they are reading and specifically watching full-length educational podcasts. These are the 2 activities that have most developed me, and they will develop you. Essentially learning through books and full-length podcasts. Everything that I know, everything that I've gotten, the success that I've built has come from the knowledge that I've gained from books and full-length YouTube videos, like podcasts, right? Really pay attention to it. Make this your new basic attack. Make this the thing that you do when you've got nothing to do. I keep like a book open, like The Way of the Superior Man, this book. I keep this book open, literally like open like this next to me, so that anytime my brain starts coping and I start thinking like, oh, maybe I should just go waste some time on YouTube, or, you know, I could do whatever bullshit. It's like I just end up grabbing this and just reading it. And it's like my understanding of this book, that is an amazing book, has leveled up. Here is where it gets very interesting, because this is how you add in my opinion, the most effective protocol for you to get you to your goals. You fill up your day as much as possible with learning. And of course, you know, add in eating and add in your workout and stuff, right? And add in sleep and stuff, of course, right? But most of your day is just learning. Then what you do is you figure out what would be the highest important task for the 3 goals that you wrote down. And then you add just those tasks inside, so that most of your day is actually still learning. You're still developing your skills, but you have the highest important task that will actually make you some progress. So for example, if you're like a new YouTuber, most of your day should be spent like researching and learning, but you should upload a video to your YouTube channel every single day. It's when you open yourself up to too many bullshit mini like tasks that feel productive, like, you know, the shit YouTubers like to reply to everyone's comments and they'll comment on other, like when you do that, you begin to like lose time from learning that would have actually pushed you further. And I can give you one more good tip. When you do find out what the task is, like that major task that you need to focus on to get you to your goals, learn more specifically about that task. So again, if the one major, most important task for the 1,000 subscriber goal that we have is recording, then you should start to do some learning specifically on how you could be better at recording. So you could go and read a book on public speaking. You could go and watch a podcast of some like famous YouTuber who teaches people how to like record better. And this is how you get to like some top tier levels. I'm telling you right now, it's not the guy who tries to do the entire thing and he tries to reply to everyone's comment. It's just the guy who realizes, okay, what is the most important task? And then gets amazing at it. You structure your learning around that task and you constantly keep getting better at that one major task. Now your day is all full of learning, and then it's got the most important tasks that you need to get you to your most 3 important goals. You will mess up, you will make lots of mistakes, you will mess up and end up and find yourself on video games or some bullshit. But as long as you gravitate back to this with, you know, a sense of like, yeah, of course it couldn't be perfect, I'm not amazing just yet, but I'm gonna go back to learning. You ended up fapping or something, but you're like, okay, fuck it, go on. It's stupid, I fap or whatever, I'm gonna go back to learning. You'll find that you'll make less mistakes as time goes on because you'll naturally just learn how to not make those mistakes. This is the secret monk mode protocol that changed my life because it was not an easy one, it was extreme, and I am an extreme guy.